This is Social Psych News with your host, Chip Christie.
Ah! No! Wardrobe! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the class. Chip Christie here, reporting from the Social Psych News Network, brought to you by cookies. I love cookies. So, our first segment is going to be called Uncle Justin's Corner.
Good evening, children. Justin Glover here to talk about what it means to me to be an uncle. You see, being an uncle means being big and strong. Someone who acts like your grandfather and allows you to get away with things, but he's a little more engaged. Uncle!
Thanks, Uncle Justin, for that lovely insight on what being an uncle means. Now, over to Alyssa's jam. Thanks, Alyssa. That was lovely. Hold on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was told I just have to explain how I know myself. See, I tend to compare myself to others, such as the famous Ron Burgundy of the World News Network. But in all honesty, the way I came to know myself is the looking glass self, which is trying to imagine how others see you. I see myself as being funny. I want other people to see me as being funny. So I go out of my way to be funny. Whenever I try to answer a question in a class, I always make sure there's some sort of joke in the answer, so that way someone will laugh. The other way I see myself as funny is by social comparison. Which is comparing yourself to others. Comparing myself to a famous person, such as Ron, is not the best. It can make me feel inadequate. Because I know I'm not as good as he is. Though, at the same time, I can use the same comparison and use it as a goal for me to achieve. So it is a double-edged sword. I could also look at somebody who I would see as inferior to me and compare myself to them to make myself feel better. So the best way to use a social comparison technique is to find someone similar to you and compare yourself to them.
Can't see his party hat ears. Oh, he's super cross-eyed. I can't fix that. Kind of in a cat-dog hybrid. He's got whiskers. I don't know what happened. That's just nice. This has a crown? What's your dog? Does it look good?
These are ways that help us know who we are. They are self-schemas. They are organized knowledge structures about ourselves. When you see an object with 4 legs and a flat surface at the top of it, you might be able to sit down and do your homework or eat a meal at it, or do a news broadcast. You might see that as a table or a desk. That is what a schema would be. We also have a self-schema, which would be understanding who we are as an individual. These are based off our previous experiences and can help us predict or control our behaviors. Like, for example, cookies. And now Justin with the perception.
Thanks, Chip. Today, while I was out getting some juice, someone cut me off in the store. I was just about to enter the juice aisle, and they took my juice. My first thought was, this person's a jerk. Though I had no idea what this person felt like need to go ahead of me. They might just be in a hurry to get home, or to a sick family member. They might have just had a bad day at work, I don't know. Afterwards, while I was purchasing the juice, the young man at the register seemed sort of distant. He didn't seem to strike up any kind of small talk. Again, I thought he was a jerk. After I left the store, it dawned on me. The reason I thought the clerk was a jerk was because of heuristics, like tiny shortcuts in your mind. They can help in many different situations. Though someone being a jerk was the most recent thought in my head, so it was easier just to assume the clerk was also a jerk.
Now, Justin, that sort of thing can cause issues for you in relationships, can it not?
Yes, Chip. You see, for example, when you meet a new person, and they're being very friendly towards you, you might consider them flirting, and they might have interest in you. Isn't that your mind taking a shortcut, creating your opinion of a person? Or maybe you're out with some friends enjoying some silly sodas, and one of the people starts getting all weird and angry at everyone. The next day someone at work seems to act a little strange and angry too, and you think they might be intoxicated. That's just your mind taking a shortcut. That's the availability heuristics. Someone being angry and a little weird the night before due to drinking, and seem like that no longer after. Your mind might just grab the idea, as very easily so I did.
Thank you for that, Justin. So, I guess knowing about how we perceive people and our actions is a good thing. Being able to control how you think so you don't get the wrong ideas and create an issue with others or yourself. That way, when you're working with someone who has a troubled past or a mental health issue of some sort, you don't just assume they're bad or crazy. You have to be able to think about what might cause that sort of behavior and try to understand where they're coming from. You must be empathetic. Folks, we must discuss another interesting topic this evening as well. Conformity. Most people would say that they are not a bad person, that they wouldn't do something that would cause harm to another being. Unfortunately, that's not entirely true. If you think about it, I'm sure there were plenty of Germans who didn't want anything to do with the Nazis. But the fear of possibly having something happen to them made them conform. Now over to our own little conformist, Catherine.
Hello, Chip. Hope all is well. People conform for many different reasons. Sometimes it is because there is a professional observing and instructing an individual. The person might think the professional is correct and know more about what is going on. They are an authority figure. This will give the individual the mindset that even though I am uncertain about what I am doing and that I might be causing harm to someone else, it is not really my responsibility. That I was only following orders. If anything goes wrong, the person in charge will get the blame. This can allow people to commit atrocities such as genocides in Germany and Russia. These could be seen as compliance.
Wow, that's an interesting thing to know. Okay, what about if there's a large public setting and something has happened? I would think the fact that there are more people around would mean a person is more likely to be assisted when they need the help.
Well, Chip, unfortunately, that is usually not the case. Sometimes a person might be too busy to help someone, even if they are calling for help. Or perhaps they didn't notice what was going on. Sometimes a person might see what is going on, but not help just due to the fact that they are uncertain how to help.
Well, thank you, Catherine, for that lovely little bit of insight. I guess what we need now is some sort of everyday hero, an average Joe to step up. You see, folks, you don't have to have superpowers just to be a hero. There are many different things a person can do. Simple things such as opening a door for a stranger or paying a compliment to someone else. By doing these simple little things, you can make a large impact on multiple different people's lives. If someone is in a good mood, they're more likely to assist others and pay it forward. Thank you, Jason. Okay, thank you, Mr. Poole. I think I have learned something today. I feel that now that I know why certain thoughts and ideas come to my mind, it's just a lot easier to control how I think. And it's not fair to judge someone just based entirely on how they act or look. You don't know what's going on in their lives. You have to try and be a little more empathetic with people and just think for other outside reasons for these behaviors or actions. That I should not try to compare myself to other people, especially famous ones. The best thing to do is for me to compare myself to myself. I know I'm a strange person, but I am the good thing in multiple people's lives, and that is a good thing. Thank you guys for listening to this report, brought to you by Cookies, as well as my friends from the Fundamentals of Social Psychology. Have a pleasant good evening. Thanks, Alyssa. That was lovely. Oh, audience. He's our peeping Tom. He's our peeping bear.
Hey guys, I'm here to talk about what being a musician means to me. You see, being musical doesn't really mean playing an instrument. I see it as something more as something that you are. Someone who loves to play music. Someone who loves to sing along, even if they might not be that great of a singer. A person who listens to music and tries to get the meaning of the song. We missed the zoom in.
Oh, I did it without you. You didn't pause.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Chip. Hope all is well. People conform may have different reasons. Sometimes it's because there is a professional observing and instructing an individual. That person might think that the professional is correct. And now, fuck.
Language!
Hello, Chip. I hope all is well. People conform for many different reasons. Sometimes it is because there is a professional observing and instructing an individual. That person might think the professional is correct and know more about what is going on. There are an authority figure. This will give the individual the mindset that even though I am uncertain about what I am doing and I might be causing harm to someone, it goes wrong, the person charges will blame and Hello, Chip. I hope all is well. People conform for many different reasons. Sometimes it is because a professional observing and instructing an individual, that person might think the professional is correct and know more about what is going on. They are the authority figure. That will give the individual the mindset that even though I am uncertain, I've lost where I am. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good.